as you're busy working on Module 3. So you've completed Modules 1 and 2, taken your first exams. You have a good sense now, hopefully, for how our class is being conducted and how you can learn this material. So in Module 3, our focus is on temperature changes. We are focusing on temperature. And we're talking about temperature in the atmosphere near the surface of the Earth because it is differences in temperature across the Earth that produce weather. So we need to look at it very carefully. So to understand temperature, we need to consider the primary heat source, and that, of course, would be the sun. So we're going to look at how sunlight, energy from the sun, flows from the sun through space, through the atmosphere, and down to the surface of the Earth. And you probably already know, you've learned this before, that sunlight, really it's electromagnetic radiation. It has both electrical and magnetic properties. So you're going to look at the whole electromagnetic spectrum of energy. But the item to focus on there is that the sun sends forth, emits electromagnetic energy at short wavelengths, primarily in the visible part of the electromagnetic spectrum. The Earth and the atmosphere, and everything on the Earth and in the atmosphere, emits electromagnetic radiation at longer wavelengths. That's very important, and that plays a role in the greenhouse effect and global warming, which you're also going to learn about as part of this module. All right, so after you're all done with the electromagnetic spectrum, then the next primary topic for you is why we have seasons and changes in day length. And in order to understand seasons and day length, you need to consider that the Earth is actually really quite coordinated. It does four things very well. One of them is that it orbits about the sun about once every year. Another item is that the Earth, of course, rotates on its axis about once every 24 hours. Thirdly, the Earth, rather than being straight up and down, you know this, it tilts by 23.5 degrees on its axis, right? So plus lastly, the Earth is a sphere. Let's not forget about that. So all four of those things combined creates changes in day length, right? And also the seasons. The exception to that on the Earth is that at the equator, you always have 12 hours a night and 12 hours of daylight, and you really don't have seasons. So take a look at that discussion in your notes in the book and on the Mastering Geology website. After that discussion, you're going to look at how energy is transferred in the lower atmosphere. And there are three transfer processes: conduction, convection, and radiation. And in the atmosphere, the two most important processes are convection and radiation. All right, so those are our heat transfer processes. The last big topic to look for is probably the most challenging environmental problem we have ever faced, and it truly is a challenge for us for a number of reasons. All right? So look for our discussion of that environmental problem, which is global warming, and make sure you understand carefully the connection between the greenhouse effect and global warming. It's a very important connection. Really, the planet is warming, and it is because of the actions of man, primarily because of burning fossil fuels, right? The planet is warming, global warming, because of an enhanced greenhouse effect. Make sure you understand what that means, an enhanced greenhouse effect. Okay, those are the highlights from Module 3. Work hard, and I'll check back in with you later on.